Greetings, humanity. I'm Jim. I use he, him pronouns, and we are back with Frostpunk. The Last Autumn, that's the DLC that we're in right now. I am not entirely myself today. Still, I'm kind of still dealing with some stuff, with real life stuff. So it's, we'll see. We'll see how we're doing. Is this the best game for me to play while I'm dealing with this particular flavor of real life stuff? Not sure. We'll find out. This is either going to be a very short stream or probably a very long one. Either one of the two. We'll see. Lower odds on a medium-sized stream, but one never knows. Hi. I hope everyone's doing okay. Let's go ahead and get going on this. We're building an engine. Do please keep in mind the content warnings that you're going to see here on the screen. And do whatever you need to protect yourself. This game has apocalyptic themes. Illness, death by cold, starvation, colonialism, and child mortality as some components of it. This particular scenario doesn't have as much of those things because it's a prequel and it's an all-adults work site. But, you know, there's this long, slow downhill slide. So we'll see how we're doing. Anyway. Looks like we're on day 12. As I recall, the last note to myself was just keep balancing the safety versus need to get things done on schedule. So that's basically where we are here. Advanced versions of docks unload much more resources, remember, to ramp up the gathering infrastructure. Yes. Even in the age of reason, common people remained very superstitious, and the unnatural cooling only deepened their irrational beliefs. Just to show where we are here. Down here, bottom left-hand corner, we have our current goals. We're in phase 1. Deadline is day 16. We build the profiles manufacture. We produced 8 structural profiles. These are these things up here. We now currently have 23 of them. They are useful now for... that we needed them to make a thing. We needed them to make this this shaft structure. We now have them to help create safety thingies, protective structures that are good for a day, and which, unfortunately, we can only employ every day and a half. Those are people. It is resting time. So we have one more goal left, set up the shaft structure. Currently it says about a day ahead of schedule. We did have a 3-day lead previously. So we'll see where this goes. Let me move over here. Here we are. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we need more things. We're only 5% of the way along on the building of this shaft structure. It is currently day 12. We have half the personnel that we need for this. We have 25 out of 50 people. That the capacity for workers here. We employed 6 structural profiles for this protective structure, but we're gonna lose that. Currently, we're our base safety level. We're at -1, which is work safety is unhealthy. With a low risk of falling ill. Where we are here, and when this activates this ventilation plant, then we have it a little better. So we'll see how this goes. As you can see, right now we have 0 of 169 people free. We do have more folks coming in. 13 more workers coming in about 12 hours. To hopefully help us with this. But, you know, we're also kind of burning the candle at both ends here because we have half the necessary people at the basic docks. All the necessary people at this dock for the steel, because we keep using steel. Trying to improve things. Oh, that's right. We had a sawmill over here that we no longer have because we cleared out the space. I think there's another one operating over here somewhere. Yeah, it's a steam sawmill. That's where we're getting more wood from. In addition to these docks and this reloading station. That's the thing. Every time we have docks, you have to also have a reloading station for people to pick up the things that the docks bring. We have some discontent right now. Not a huge amount, but an amount. Because there are people working on 2 shifts. That would be folks down here. No, the medical post is always 24 hours. Folks here at the workshop. Because I have them researching crap around the clock. Because it's important. Let us catch smaller fish as well, raising the efficiency of fishing harbor by 10%. We have a fishing harbor over here. Currently closed. We've got half the staff there that we need. Also, some folks are hungry, but I mean, we have enough food. It's just, you know, question of people collecting and eating the food. We have a public house, but then we've also got after-hours equipment maintenance going on that also reduces the, that also increases discontent. And we have, we passed a controversial law and made an unpopular decision. Down here, though, we are highly motivated, which is great, and we're getting an efficiency bonus. That's helping us out with that, because we have a house of pleasure. Down here in the pub. And a number of folks are living near the chapel, which is helpful there. We've also finally started putting people over here, so we might need, if this is our next population center, we might need to do more stuff over here. There's a daily loss that's always happens in motivation with any project. And, you know, we did fulfill a promise and we made a desirable law. This bathhouse is probably helping somewhat also from keeping people from getting sick. So that's a good thing. So we'll see how all of this goes. Were there other things? Yes, of course. Docks are closed. What are we doing right now? Resources. We have access to the upgraded docks, but we need 20 steel to build one, so we're not quite at a point where we can do that yet. That will bring in more resources, but at the same time, don't know if we'll be able to gather all of that. We're trying to get this done. This may be a situation of just focus as many people as possible onto this. Like, don't worry about gathering resources right now so much, because we gotta finish this ASAP. I can turn the safety procedures on again, which will kill some efficiency, but you know, we got to deal with this. What are we looking at? So drafting machines are currently working on the finer mesh. Other things we haven't done yet: the foundry. Let's just build steel composites, steam exchangers. These are more components that we don't know what we need them for yet. Got a lot of this stuff here. We could research the charcoal kiln. We could research the large resource depot. Yeah, I think, though, I mean, we can go for the mechanical calculators, which will take 100 of this and 50 of this. For the time being, I think I've got to move us towards getting this done. So I think I'm actually gonna take more people away from what they're supposed to be doing. Well, we can call for another shipment once this one comes in. Am I going Scorched Earth? Not exactly. But we need to get this done, because it's getting a little ridiculous. We need to get our efficiency up. We need to get this built. I would like to stay ahead of schedule, if that's at all possible. I know we're not going to have resources as quickly, but getting more people working is, in my opinion, a good thing. And working on this, I should say. Anywhere else I want to drag people from? I got the reloading station way down. Okay. There. I want to see what this does at full. Heavens help us. All right. Here we go. Watch them all milling around. Do we have the necessary housing for the people coming in? That is a question. We're gonna have one bed free. We gotta build a couple more tents. So we got 13 people coming. I guess I'm gonna need to build another chapel over here too. Let me see what it requires. Chapel is 30 wood, 10 steel. Tents are 10 apiece. Yeah, we'll make room for a chapel. But again, we're gonna need to, Or destroy resources. We don't want to do that. This road goes nowhere. Yeah, that's more, you see what I'm thinking here. Okay. Let them do that. That'll be ready for these folks when they come in. We got some folks coming in with food also. That's good of them. I think they're coming in. Where are they headed? Oh, you're headed to check a thing. Yeah. Check these rapids. Okay, got it. Because food sources dry up eventually. That's kind of a thing. Alright. Miner mesh has been researched. And I don't think we can research anything else right now. That's not reasonably anyway, because I mean this is going to take 100 and then 50. Yeah, everything's going to take more than we currently have. So unless we tear something down, know what I'm going to do for now? I'm going to take you off of 24 hours. For now. And we'll do more research. We'll do more research later. That does free up 5 engineers, but engineers can't work here, so that does not help us at all. Any other places I can put engineers? Not just now. I can sell. Want to work at the pub? You can put engineers in the pub. I'm sure they'll love that. Here, I'll put them over here. Another medical post. Yeah, there's engineers and the workers don't get along as well as we might like. And this one is, I have 2 workshops, but this one over here is already only your standard work day. Standard 10-hour work day. And keeps glowing at me. not going to get any more resources anytime soon. It's going to come in real slow while we're working on all of this. Where are we with this, by the way? Profiles manufacture. You know, we are a few days ahead with how many structural profiles we have currently. We make them out of wood. I don't know how many we're going to need. This number is not divisible by 6. So I'd like at least one more. Yeah, these, it takes 6, right? Like one more. And then I can free up some folks and put them elsewhere, I think. Just shut that down for a little while. But I'll wait until it's open. Ah, some of the discontent went down. That's good. Oh, well, I took away the double shift. That was why it was. We've got some food coming in. "5:30 in the morning. It's day 12. You do not like it when it rains. Coming in from over here, how much do we have left? 4 days, 5 days basically. Okay. Got it. All right. We'll see how this does. Foragers have reached the rapids. The rapids! I can spell. I can't. I really can't. Okay. Here close to the source, the stream is narrow and wild. We follow it, walking along the edge of the gorge. Move on. There's the area. There's nothing more we can do here. The stream flows rapidly at the bottom of the gorge. Okay. Mountain Lake. There's nowhere else on the oh, wait, what's this? What's this? 3 graves. Oh, you know, that's been there a while. We need to check that out. We'll do that eventually. I forgot about that. The thing I think we saw from this tavern down here. But let's make sure we've got another potential food source searched so that, you know, we'll be able to do that in a few days. That'll take 10 hours. Go! Okay. So, work starts momentarily. He says, trying to leave the game running whilst pouring his tea. Ah! Okay. We have started. Let us now look and see. We can accumulate. And I'll tell you what, we'll make one more of these. And then that'll be that. Let's see how we're looking here. Now we have an efficiency of 132. Currently safe, which is good. Ah, 14 hours. Yeah, that's much better. So I see with a full complement of people, with our efficiency up to 135% because of bonuses. That's very helpful. That's much better. 140%. Something else happened. Maybe everyone finally arrived at work. Also looks like we've got another of these. So right now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this off for now. I'm going to pull these workers out and I'm going to get them back over here gathering steel. That's kind of my priority for that because we have it's the one resource we have the least ability to get right now, I think. Coal we kind of have happening also down here. We got folks gathering it. There's still like over 3,000 coal left to gather. We've got 10 people down there gathering it. Right now, I think all the coal is doing is powering the bathhouses, but, you know, that's not nothing. Yeah, we've got it coming in both from the gathering post and the reloading station. We're using a fair amount of coal per day. Oh, the ventilation plant. Okay, the ventilation plant, to be fair, is more important. You know, to keep the air clean around here. That doesn't hurt. Ooh, I'll tell you what. I will pull one person from this gathering post and put them over here, just so that they're at least at half. There's a lot going on. Anyway, build, damn you! Well, 25%. They're going to want to stop working again, aren't they? There was a superstition that required them to stop working for a while. It was an owl, I think. Toxic gases. Is this not why we have a ventilator? So we have a situation. We've detected dangerous concentrations of toxic gases across the whole construction site. Breathing them will make people sick, but we'll keep them working. We have no choice. The gases are venting from the depths of the source, and their toxicity level changes constantly. We'll monitor it and warn you about any changes 24 hours in advance. I see. Workplace safety falls by 1 level. Lovely. This is going to be the weather forecast of this thing, isn't it? Because, you know, heat isn't a worry. Everything's 50 degrees always. But yeah, toxic gases on the other hand. Safe, unhealthy, harmful, dangerous, deadly. The toxic gases from the subterranean energy source of the generator. Toxic gases vent from the subterranean energy source of the generator. They affect work safety across the whole construction site. We have low, mid, high. Impact of the toxic gases depends on their concentration, shown under the temperature gauge. The outgassing stops once the generator core is completed. How do we protect against this? Just by upping the safety level? Currently it's safe. And if I engage safety procedures, that'll raise it by one more level. I guess we'll have to see what the gauge says. Yeah, there it is. So currently unhealthy. And we're going to be playing chicken with it just a bit. There's a low risk of falling ill. How many patients we got right now? None? Okay, good. Transport's arrived. This is good. Well, I have you all here. You entering your new homes. We now have people we can put to work immediately. Let's go ahead and we've got 13 more people. So let's go ahead and okay. I'm gonna order more people. Do we just make a grab for more people, or do we want to, or do we need to grab a steam core? I mean, we're gonna need steam cores, but, let's see what we can do about getting more people. Okay, the wood, coal, and 2 of these stations. We have a lot of places that could use help. Yeah, tell you what. I'm gonna refill the docks. So the docks are okay. I mean, fishing we're not, but I mean, we've got plenty of rations for the time being. And then I'm gonna put folks back over here. And that's everybody. Currently, 122 and 19. I'm going to, before I hit, I casually enter into another of these things. I'm going to build a chapel over here. Were these souls? Why am I offsetting it? Because I'm probably going to be putting a bathhouse next to it. But we want them working. We want them efficient. We want them motivated. Don't you know? Let's see, what else do we want? We want a lot of things. Let me look and see what the bathhouse situation is. We need 40 wood and 20 steel for another one of those. How are we looking? Still currently unhealthy. When this rises up a notch, I'll activate the safety procedures, I think. But the faster we get this done, the happier everyone will be. Working hours. Well, I could also... No, we're already at the working out. Yeah, working hours currently are 8-hour shift, I think. Is that right? Instead of the 10-hour? Yes. Maybe. Yes. Yes, it is. And, so I'm going to have to turn that on. Yeah. Things are going to happen. We'll see how it goes. If we could somehow get this done today, that would be awesome. We're not, but, you know. Because we don't have the time for that. But if we can keep going at this rate, we might be able to get it done tomorrow. Kind of more what I'm looking at. Let me also look over here, though. 20. We need 20 steel. We need 20 steel to do anything. We may need a charcoal kiln at some point. And I mean, we're going to need these other things, the machine shop and the foundry and all of that. I could start research on the machine shop. I have enough for that. So that we'll have the blueprints when we need them. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get that going, at least. Since we've slowed down work over here. We don't have 2 shifts going right now. Wondering where I put those other engineers. Where did I put those other engineers? Oh, I put 2 of them over here. Okay, that explains that. All right. Understood. I can pull them out of there and set these 3 others back and return this to 24-hour if desired. We'll see how we do. We just want to get the thing finished. Oh. Let me fix the thing over there. One moment. Hang on. There we go. Okay. And back over here. We're about 2 days ahead of schedule. We're catching up. We're catching up a little fast. Well, we're pulling ahead. That's good. Moving people over here might have been the right move. So many more people that can get sick. That's great. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. I can make another law. Let me see where we are with this. Let's see. Labor. There are currently 2 laws we haven't signed yet over on the labor side that we can access. We could sign a law for a dispensary. You'd use the newest experimental medication. Newest experimental medicines to treat the gravely ill. Cures the gravely ill to ill with potent chemical medicines. But then I'd have to build a dispensary, and treatment can have side effects. I'm sure it's fine. Just going to... how we start Joy. I'm going to just surprisingly segue into We Happy Few. Let's see. After the ice melts. That's the actual future of this place. Shift work coordination. 2 shifts will require 25% less workers. That would help. But it will cause more discontent. And discontent will rise slightly. It's not a popular law. However, our discontent isn't huge right now. More so when I start using it again. Might be worth signing it. We don't absolutely need to yet, because I can pull those engineers if need be. Because I'm only really using it for the research facilities. Let's look over at administration, because there's plenty more stuff to sign over here. Let's see. So once again, refreshing our memory, we have company funerals. Those who give their lives in service to the Empire decide the highest honor will send their bodies to England in steel coffins and bury them at the company's expense. That increases motivation more every time we send a body to London. We haven't had anyone die yet. Preparing bodies for transport will cost steel instead of wood. That's the downside there. Let's see. What's our other solid circle one before we look at our choices? Bare knuckle bouts. Nothing relieves tension better than watching a few rounds of an all-out slugfest. That evening bouts will reduce discontent, but sometimes fighters will get hurt. Over here, we have the choice between gruel, which is we can cook gruel instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. We then get the gruel option, which is like the soup option in the main game. It's a new recipe. Then motivation falls slightly, discontent rises slightly, and eating gruel will cause discontent. Or we can do hearty meals. We could serve tastier and more nutritious food to motivate our people. Of course, it would require more raw food to prepare. We get a new recipe for a hearty meal. Eating hearty meals will increase motivation every day. That's not bad. Our motivation's doing pretty well, though, at the moment. A true luxury in this world. Let's see, down here we have a choice between, after the bathhouse, between crowded quarters and comfortable quarters. Crowded quarters. We can house more people if we cut the space allowance a bit. Although nobody's going to be happy about it. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after 18 hours. Housing buildings will accommodate up to 12 people. Discontent will rise permanently. Motivation will fall slightly. Comfortable quarters, which is an option. I haven't seen either of these options before. We could make our people happy, providing them with more space in their living quarters at the cost of reduced housing capacity. And this would mean discontent would fall permanently, motivation would rise slightly. Housing buildings would accommodate only 8 people. So we'd have to build some more tents. We need more space for tents. How many more tents? That's a great question. I'll put a pin in that. Because it's like... They normally accommodate 10, so right now we'd only have space for 80%. We'd have to find housing for 20% of what we have currently. Prostheses shipments. From the medical side of things. We return to our amputees the ability to work by ordering prostheses for them. New resource prostheses ordered through the telegraph station. Amputees fitted with prostheses in medical facilities will be able to work again. We don't have any amputees yet. It'll happen at some point probably, but you never know. Or medical repatriation. We can't afford feeding those who can't work, therefore the amputees shall be sent back to London into the care of their families. Which, you know, residents of the care house will be sent back to London, freeing space and no longer consuming food. So I'm more in favor of doing the prostheses shipments. I think that's going to need to happen sometime soon. This is an interesting idea. I'm kind of more inclined to do the shift work coordination, though, I think. Maybe. I mean, none of these are dire right now. Though, that's the thing. Let me actually look at the, what is the housing situation? We have 182 people. So, this means 20% of them, we'd have to build houses for 20% of them. I should probably order more people. Speaking of which... 12 more people. I mean, we're going to need more steam cores also, but, I mean, very soon. But I think we can get away with ordering more people first, so let's do that. Anyway, okay, more people coming. But, that said... in 24 hours. There's 182 people. Or, if we want to count these, it's 194 people. And so the number of tents we'd need... what is it? 18.2 times 2 is 36.4. Probably we'd need to round up. I'm guessing, because you can't really have 0.4 of a person living in one tent and 0.6 of a person living in another. So... 37. We'd need to build 4 more tents. If my math is right. If we put that law in place. It's an interesting idea. To increase contentedness. We're pretty good right now, though. A permanent fall in discontent is nothing to sneeze at. And that's the thing, is that as more people arrive, we'd have to count in base 8 instead of base 10. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign the prostheses law, just so that it's ready. And then, oh, it's almost 2 days. You don't get anything back for 2 days. This one you can 18 hours. That's a good question. Or hearty meals. Our food storage is... These are interesting things. I think we're going to try... Yeah, let's not do comfortable quarters yet. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign the hearty meals law. Since we get... The only reason I'm not doing prostheses shipment is they'll take much longer before we can sign anything else. Let's sign hearty meals. Let's see what happens. Hearty meals can be served in the cookhouse. Got a motivation boost. Just because, I mean, look at this! We have way too many rations. You passed a desirable law. Okay. That chapel's ready, by the way. Our boss knows how to please hard-working people. What? I work a lot and I have to eat well. It's only just. Yeah, let me go ahead and actually just turn the hearty meals on. Standard meal. Oh, they're already on. Okay, good. 3 food rations from 3 raw. Oh, it's 1 to 1. Good lord. Instead of 4 food rations from 2 raw food. So instead of doubling what we get, we're now at just 1 to 1. At the moment. We'll see how this goes. How are we doing? Still currently unhealthy. We're now... We got these 5 tents. Have... Also, this having been built actually probably also helps. More people living near a chapel. That being finished might have also had something to do with this. We currently have 17 steel. In 3 more steel, we can build a bathhouse over here. Okay. I'm gonna keep watching this a little carefully. Be quitting times soon. Okay. It's now harmful because the shift ended. Okay. So we're over halfway there, which is nice. We're gonna need to get people in there though. There is much going on. However, this is gonna take about 2 hours. So I'm thinking I'm going to put us back on a 24-hour shift here, which I know is going to increase discontent. And I'm going to pull the engineers out of here. Put them back in. Oh, with shift coordination, I wouldn't need so many engineers here. Yes, but we're not quite there yet. Okay. We have collected a sufficient amount of steel that we could build a bathhouse, but we will not be able to start any new... Let me look at this. Here's the thing. In about 2 hours... A lot going on. Because also building a bathhouse might help counteract getting sick here. I know it sounds weird, but I think it might help. But I need more steel. There's research I want to get out of the way. Bit of a poser, isn't it? Is a good question. Because, I mean, we could start research on the foundry. Or on charcoal kilns. And I mean, that would justify having them there. But, on the other hand, having the bathhouse might help us a little bit too. And I don't want to turn this 24 hours necessarily just to pick up the steel. The extra steel. What's our what is our situation here? Like 58 per day, it says. Currently working really efficiently, despite not having everyone there. Wish we could get some out of this shipwreck. I wish we knew how. But we do not. Nor can we put a gathering post in range of it, I don't think, because you can't build anything out here. What are they playing at, I wonder? A good question. Good question. Is it more important to get the research out of the way or to keep people from getting sick? There's already a low risk of getting sick. I think actually having it here is probably going to help. Having the bathhouse is going to help a little bit more. It's gonna drain a little more coal, but we have the coal available at the moment. It doesn't get them, alas. I hoped this would work, but it does not. I kind of knew that the radiuses weren't gonna overlap as well as I had hoped, but that's all right. As more people arrive, you know, I mean, it ain't nothing. That's like 27 people. More people here, we could have swapped it. Well, too late for that now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. May as well build that road also. Okay. We've got that happening. Foragers have reached the mountain lake. Before we look at the mountain lake, let me pour more tea. Tea is vital to the exploration of the mountain lake. The stream starts here from a crystal clear mountain lake. All right. All right. Explore. Good fishing spot. Strangely shaped trees. Even from the shore, we can see shoals of fish roaming the lake. We could stay here for a few days and catch them. Site discovered Mountain Pass. I see. We can set up camp here to supply raw food to the construction site. Excellent. Good. So that'll be good. Let's see. There's plenty of fish in the lake. We could stay here longer and catch them. The camp will deliver 80 raw food every day over the next 9 days when we set up camp, which we're not going to because we want to drain that camp first. So I really want to check these graves out, but there's more over here. Why do we do this to ourselves? I'm going to go to that railroad track at some point to make the trip faster. But in the meantime, it's only going to take 8 hours from here to get to the mountain pass. And I think that'll ultimately be faster, so I guess we'll do that. Countless reindeer tracks lead toward the mountain pass. I mean, you know, map out what we need to. If there are more deer, that will help. Because, you know, for the food source after the fish. Primary job of the foragers is to find food, but, you know, we'll send them to explore for other stuff later. Good lord. Was eavesdropping on a conversation for what? That is. You'll get over it. Okay. Hearing those. Yeah, that's a lot of. That's very toxic. Probably very toxic stuff rising from there. All right, toxicity level low. I just got to imagine toxic gases concentration will rise tomorrow. I know, we'll be ready for it. But yeah, it's a thing. Ooh. But then this also we don't have, so let's see how things go. Protective structure. It currently has protective structure, but it's not gonna after a bit. I guess we'll see. I guess it's best to enact it like right at quitting time, because you're gonna lose it ultimately.
Shift's over. Stow your tools.
Okay, shift is over. We have 12 steel now, which might come in handy here. Actually, it might, yeah. Now that we are thinking about it. You see what happens when this research is over. Machine shop researched. Just don't bother with spelling anymore. We can now build a machine shop when we have 30 wood, 60 steel, and a steam core. Good lord. Yeah, that's probably for the next phase. Yep. Build the machine shop, install the pressure valves, install the tower pumps. Good lord. So what was this? The machine shop, it was steam exchangers. And the foundry is produces steel composites. But pressure valves and tower pumps, I have no idea where you get those. Like maybe we need to unlock the next tier here. Food and health we'd definitely need to. Additional foragers. Infirmary. Infirmary! That'll be nice. Eventually. Now I can't get started on the kiln or the resource depot. No, that's it. That's all we got. The foundry. Supercharge. Allows us to supercharge the steam exchangers used at the construction site to speed up work on the generator. Each use advances work progress by 10% and costs 5 steam exchangers. I wish I'd paid attention to that. That actually would have been before I built the bathhouse. That actually would come in handy. It'd come in handy for us to have that. Speed up work. You know. I did not think about that. Oh. I mean, the ones that we make at the machine shop. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, so I mean, that'll come in handy. But we don't have steam exchangers yet. We only just learned how to build the machine shop. Okay, yeah, we can't do any of these yet. Because we don't have enough steel. And, like, unless I... Storage limit reached. Unless I force them onto a 24-hour shift, which I'm sure they'll be very happy about. We're not getting any more steel right now. Do I want to force them onto a 24-hour shift? That might help efficiency. Storage limit reached. Storage limit reached. I'd need more people, though. That's the thing. It'd be half as efficient. I don't think it's gonna help. I don't think I have the people for it right now. It's an idea, so we can't do it yet. Like, unless we grab... What? You know, just tear down what? You know, stop the building of the bathhouse. That would be the only way. I think we'll be okay. Will we? I don't know. Alright. Go ahead and take them off that, then. Just let them do what they do. Before we do more research. Gotta have the resources to do the research. And we need to build this bathhouse. Currently it says about 2 days worth of coal. Now it says about 2 days worth of coal. There we go. That did narrow the gap some. Bathhouses are now taking up more coal. But it's also going to help keep people from falling ill as much. I feel like that's important. People not dying is important. That's my belief. You can't bring motivation up any higher. I don't think I have anything else I can do with any of this. Still about 2 days ahead of schedule currently. That's good. I know, that keeps glowing at me, and I keep wanting to press the button, but I have no way to press the button. I have nothing that can be used to help. For we do not have enough steel. And ultimately, we're going to need to build... If we do what I'm thinking of doing to make everyone more comfortable, we're going to need to build a bunch more houses. We just round up to 200. Then it basically means we're going to need 20% more houses. More tents. Foragers have reached the mountain pass. We need, like, enough for 40 of the people. So 5 more instead of 4 more. That's the thing we can do. I have forgotten where they said the foragers are. They're at the mountain pass. Okay. It seems that an avalanche came down from here not long ago. Hoof tracks disappear in the avalanche field. Did the reindeer cause it? Thundering by. Moving on. A herd of reindeer might have caused an avalanche here. We shall prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. Oh, no. That's not necessary. Avalanche field. The avalanche field is huge. It will take hours to traverse. We can get there in 8 hours. Go! Don't die. That would be a problem. We very much prefer... somebody's sick. How dare you get sick? We made a bathhouse and everything. Robert. How dare you, Robert? Be better in about 17 hours. If I had an infirmary, it might be faster. That's true, but we'd need a steam core for that. We need more steam cores. We really do. It was 3:40 in the morning, for goodness sake. There's not going to be anyone here. That's okay. Let's just checking the pub out real quick. Yeah. What I might do for tomorrow, actually, since our storage limit has been reached here, since we have this problem, let's flip things a little bit. Wrong. There we go. See how that does. Still need people to work at the public house. I'm not going to put the engineers there. I am not going to do it. Our situation here. I don't know if we're going to be able to put this in place in time. Oh, it's dangerous right now, which makes sense because we can't do that. Kind of see our shift is from 800 hours to 1600 hours. Let me see. Currently, this is day 13. We're coming up on here. Gonna drop down 1 when this activates. I'm gonna turn on the safety procedures. So that's just harmful. Work will be slower, but not as big a deal. I'm having them on for right now. If once this cools down, though, I'm going to switch. I'm going to activate another one of these and turn the safety procedures off, I think. Really, it's the timing, right? Because it's a day and a half. So, like, you have to turn it on, like, right after, ideally, right? You have to turn it on right after the end of a shift. I think. So, like, you can get it the next day, but then after that, it's an issue. I have messed all of that up. We're trying to get this done.
Come on, get moving. Time to work.
In a certain amount of time. So right now we're at efficiency of 94%. And foragers have reached the avalanche field. Hang on. Avalanche! Avalanche! Let's see. We've traversed the avalanche field and found no reindeer tracks on the other side. The herd might be buried at the foot of the mountain. Okay. Oh, no. So what do we have? We have herd of reindeer. I certainly have. What? 9 hours to get there. Snow is piled at the foot of the mountain. The reindeer might be buried there. Or rock arch. A tall rock arch towers above the northern plains. Interesting. Another landmark to check out. I mean, I still need to check these graves out. But we have only so many foragers. We're going to chase the reindeer first, and then maybe we'll go to the rock arch. Hi, folks. How are we doing right now? Currently it's unhealthy. Efficiency is at 94%. I'm gonna do a thing. So, in a little bit. I hope folks don't mind. Motivation dropped a little. 9 hours, currently. Ah, I can sign a new law. Just make up a new word every time I have to save a game. Okay, looking back at what we need. This wouldn't be terrible. For when I do it. Oh, well, wait, let me see what we have here. We signed cocaine pills! Don't do this at home, folks. This is, again, the 1800s. This is a mechanic in this game. Give people these pills with their breakfast to make them work harder. Oh, God. That's not a good idea. Use them in cookhouses to increase motivation. Low risk of death by overdose. Let's avoid that for now. Let's not do that. That's terrifying. Still deciding between these. Overcrowding and extra rations for the ill. Doubling the capacity. We only have one medical facility currently. Or be a button we can hit to just make them recover faster. This might actually be a thing that would be helpful to us sooner, given our situation. But I might regret it. Uh, 10 food rations will be given to patients to speed up their recovery. Prostheses shipments, again, it's a thing I want to do. I'm going to do this one, just so we can get it out of the way, I think. We won't be able to sign another law for, again, a day or so. This could help. Maybe. Depending on how many people we have getting sick. We have one person who got sick. Currently. We haven't tried that yet. We do have some extra engineers at the moment who could serve as medics. At the expense of, having them at the ready. You gotta think about that. Are we anticipating amputees? Quite possibly. I think I'm going to sign the extra rations thing instead of overcrowding because I'm out of my mind.
Rules and regulations have changed.
The ill can be fed better to speed up their recovery. It's a strange idea. Doing that instead of overcrowding, but this, again, this is not the main game, where overcrowding is necessary almost every freaking time. Can I get some more food too? Look how pale I am. Whatever gets them well faster, we need them. Okay, here we are. This cooldown is killing me. Because I don't know when it's going to be available again. Efficiency currently is 97%, 7 hours. It's not going to be quite enough time to get it all today. Unless I can take the... unless I can take this down. But efficiency is rising, strangely enough. Not sure why that is. Everyone is working. One person's in... two people are in treatment. Multiple people are in treatment. What's going on over here? We have 3 patients. Okay, fine. Here. Have some food. Oh. Hyper efficient. Have a workplace with efficiency greater than 200%. The sick are given extra rations today, so they recover faster. Ah, yeah. This kicked up to 208. I got the hyper efficient thing that was an achievement. Like, wait a minute. So that's good. How are we doing here? I know I'm watching this very closely. There's a reason. Oh, wait, I can start research. Yes. You gotta make a decision as to whether or not I want to wait for there to be 50 steel. So that I can just get our calculators going. Or if I want to get these other things out of the way also. I mean, having these out of the way, not a terrible idea. We're going to need them. The kiln might be really helpful. I'm going to go ahead and research the foundry because, again, just trying to get a little ahead of the curve here. Go ahead and do that. I didn't save. Oh well. That's okay. Whoa! Well, that's an issue. I probably should have saved right then. I was thinking about it. Let's see what this thing is. What fresh hell have we unleashed? Workers trapped. Sir, an explosion in the generators. Hi, Schmelzer. You come at an interesting time. Work safety. Workers trapped. Sir, an explosion in the generator's foundations caused a tunnel collapse, trapping several workers. Fortunately, we have a rescue team on hand. Thanks to our dedication to safety, a group of workers has been training for just such an emergency. Send the rescue team. The trapped workers will live or keep working. The trapped workers will die. Motivation will fall greatly. This is such a difficult decision, I tell you. I think we're going to send the rescue team. Rescue team saves the day. Thank God we had these guys. Hooray for the rescue team. Discontent just went up a lot, though. Has this affected our efficiency? That's the important question here. Has it? It's affected... It's harmful now. Over here. affected that. We're not going to get this done today. By today, I mean in-game today. Work standardization, after-hours equipment maintenance, unpopular decision, construction site explosion was a temporary modifier here. Yeah, that does increase my amount of discontent. If I'm working at a place and it blows up, I find myself somewhat less content with such a working arrangement. With that work environment. I guess that was a previous decision that I made to have a rescue team available. Currently it's harmful. I guess because there was an explosion that I was not expecting. Can I turn this back on, please? Yes, for goodness sake. Let's throw another protective structure on here. The problem is, there's a construction site strike. Of course there is! Why am I not saving the game? I am a fool. Alright. Sir, people at the construction site stopped work. A worker climbs an overturned wheelbarrow and speaks to his fellows. We saved our friends, sure, this time, but as long as the deadline is more important than us, such catastrophes will keep happening. How many of us won't make it home in one piece? We need to do something. The construction site is on strike. Yeah! We were 2 days ahead. Okay. We won't back down, do you hear? Hey, people, join us. Stop the work. Oh, God. Yeah, shaft structure is on strike. That's great. That's fabulous. That's great. After I turned that on, I created more... You're wasting the amount of time. So shaft structure is on strike. And there's a button here that says negotiate. Let me take a look here at strikes. People employed at the construction of the generator can go on strike. The strike can break out in any workplace in the construction site. The strike risk rises when workplace safety is low, discontent is high, or workers' demands are turned down. It's a discontent issue. So, yeah, I see. All work stops during a strike. To end the strike, negotiate a compromise with workers. Signing certain labor laws will open more options. Welp. Strike risk, none. No chance of going on strike. And yet they did. And yet they did. Okay. To cool down 4 hours, you will start the negotiations with workers and try to resolve the strike peacefully. Workers are on strike. Workers are angry and refuse to work. They shout about exploitation, terrible working conditions, and deadly dangers they face daily. What will you promise them? Nothing! Let's see. Comfortable quarters. That is a law I could sign. You'll have 3 days to pass comfortable quarters. And I was gonna do it anyway. So this might be the best way to deal with it. Offer them the rest of the day off. The workplace will remain closed until the next day. Demands might escalate. Try to appease them with extra rations. Minus 50 food rations. Discontent will rise greatly. Demands might escalate. I need to think about it. Let's do the comfortable quarters law. Because that is something I was going to do anyway, so may as well make that promise. Strike resolved. Strike is resolved. People resume work. Discontent falls. Oh, goody! Good Lord. So, now we have this, in place here. Past comfortable quarters. We have 3 days to do it. Introduce one of the following comfortable quarters. That's it. That's because I've been passing laws to help them all this time. So this is the last one I haven't done, I guess. I was gonna do it. Oh, good lord. This is very tense. I'm gonna run out of tea. I haven't yet. We're getting close. I don't normally go through a whole teapot in less than 2 hours. But we know this is serious. There we go. He acquired. All right. Well, there we are. Okay. Discontent falls great. Didn't fall that much. Well, you know, had an explosion to deal with. Who should we lean on? Oh my god. I am... The first strike is over. Well, but wait! There's more! The first strike is over, but it won't be the last. We need to address the labor issues if we are to finish the generator on schedule. Workers would like to be given a voice and be involved in decisions, while engineers promise you results if you rely on their proven expertise. Will you empower the workers and establish the labor union, or strengthen the engineer's role and build the factory inspectorate? Oh my god. So, this is interesting. We have way more workers than engineers. And it's what we need more right now. Anyway, we do need engineers. But it's interesting, isn't it? See, there's a little pin there, little symbol there. Workers don't have a specific symbol. So, if I click workers, you will have to build the labor union. New labor laws will favor workers, or you'll have to build the factory inspectorate. New labor laws will favor engineers. I'd be interested to see what either one of these paths does. What both of these paths do. But the lights come on when you highlight them. Very pretty, this game. Well, I'm gonna try to do the right thing and go with the workers, I think. It's a tough decision, right? Because I don't want to not listen to the engineers. At the same time, though, it was the workers who were striking. So, you know, we need to deal with that. So I'm going to click on workers, and we'll see how this goes as we move towards having them control the means of production, I guess.
Attention, regulations change.
Heavens help us. So Ah, okay, that's why. That's where that decision tree went. Okay, there would have been probably a branch down this way for the engineers. The labor union, that law has been signed automatically. I hope... Oh god, it's kicking us back for another 2 days. I hope this didn't get kicked back another 2 days, but if it has, you know, that's still technically enough time to pass the other law, but we're running out of time. The interests of the working people will be represented by the labor union. After introducing this law, another one can be passed after 2 days. New shift building, labor union. New ability, food for workers, labor union. Every use will lower the strike risk by 2 at all workplaces. You will have to build the labor union. 50 wood, 25 steel. To decrease strike risk in all workplaces. 100 food rations. And -2 strike risk in all workplaces for 24 hours. Good lord. This is a lot. And the new laws it'll give us that we'll be able to pass in 2 days. At least it's not cumulative. Collective bargaining. Negotiate with representatives of striking workers to end all ongoing strikes for a price. Collective bargaining. Negotiate with all workplaces currently on strike, labor union building. Cool down of 2 days. Start the negotiations with workers and try to resolve strikes peacefully. What we just did. Or workers' council. These same people. Working people will take part in the decision-making process through workers' councils. This should give them an alternative to going on strike. New building, Council Square. Workers' motivation will rise slightly every day. Council Square's lower strike risk in nearby workplaces by 1. Discontent will fall slightly. But some of the council ideas will have negative consequences. Oh my god. Doesn't take as much to build, though. Good lord. Well, that's nice. Discontent's going down, though. That's nice. It's going to be 2 days before I can sign another law, and I still only have, as we recall, I still only have a little under 3 days to pass this comfortable quarters law. Labor union. Build the labor union. Within 2 days, I must build a labor union. Which requires 50 wood and 25 steel. Whew. Okay. Well, that's a lot. Still unhealthy, and I've got all this going. But at least work continues. The problem is tomorrow it's going to still be unhealthy. Oh, toxic gas concentration will fall tomorrow. Okay, that's good. Maybe we'll get it done then. I mean, it's going to continue to be a problem. We're going to have people working here all the time, right? As we build the next thing. Trying to finish this off. We're on day 13. We need to get this done by day 16 at 1500 hours. Can we please set up the shaft structure now? Alright. Off we go. Brothers and sisters, today we made the first step of a long way. Good, now let's elect the right people to represent us. Oh my god. We're at 79% currently. 4 hours left to finish this. Not gonna get done today. It'll come close, but not quite, I don't think. Unless there's a miracle of some sort. Huh. You redistribute that. Not that that'll help. Can I see? I don't see strike risks over here. Or over there. But those buildings don't have people working there. No strike risk, but then again, I don't have anyone working here right now. Right. Yeah, that's why it's only harmful right now. Okay. Anyway. Oh, hey. I've just been going crazy here. Hello. Masa Nella 12. Doing okay today. How are you doing? Thank you for coming. I've just been just dealing with the sudden creation of a labor union. Happened quite spontaneously, but you know, it's a good thing. It's just, you know, it's we've got to you got to get this structure finished. We're almost there. No, getting closer. Getting closer, but let me see. Where are we? 1350. At 82%. And we've got more people arriving in an hour. Do we have enough housing for said people? That's a great question. I've been distracted. 8 vacant beds and 20 in a care house, but that only helps if they're ill. 8 vacant beds, and we have 12 people arriving. We need to build another house. House? Well, tent. Oh, good lord. This is a large building. Yeah. That's, build it over here. Does it have an effect on stuff around it? No, it just decreases strike risk in all workplaces. I could build it over here. That would be interesting. This is... It's because storage is near capacity. Is it? Oh! Yeah, that's an issue. Well, that's another thing to think about. Okay. First things first. Tent. Now, that is another thought, though. Do I want to just... Because sooner or later, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not that I'm doing this yet. But... We're going to build... I mean, we can't see the size of the steam sawmill, but if I were to build another one here, that would be that. That. Build one like that there. That kind of is doable. This would be doable. Alright. Okay, so it's not at loss, but you want to have an ability to do that. Okay. Or an ability to do that. Otherwise I gotta put it here and then it'll just destroy those. Alright. But that said, the bigger sawmill probably won't fit there anyway. Because the steam sawmill, a bit bigger. We don't have the personnel for it right now. Alright. And I mean, we can uproot it. We can uproot it if need be. can uproot their home, put it somewhere else. That was the other thing I was thinking, you see, because we'll destroy resources if we put it over here. Yeah, we're gonna end up putting it elsewhere. All right, let's do this. I'm just gonna put you here. It'll be fine, won't it? Sure it will, he said nervously. I'm gonna put you here. That'll be fine, won't it? Sure it will? Yeah, because we want to get... You go here. There. So then we'll have more of that. Okay. Then they will not be homeless. That will help. I'm sure it will. There was some stuff we needed like 10 more steel to do. Or 20 more steel. It was research. That's right. Okay. We don't have much time left. Gather, damn you. Do I need to put another gathering post up here? Who will staff it? That's a great question. 2 hours. Transport has arrived. Okay, great. Speaking of staff. Great, we now have 12 more people. 4 of whom are currently homeless. Don't worry, we're building a house. Tent. We call it a house. Like, did I just send for a steam core? Did I send for a steam core instead of increasing the number of people again? We need people, but then again, the speed at which we're gathering these resources does not appear to be great. This is a good question. What time is it? 6:30 here where I am. I'm just gonna take a moment. Just gonna take a moment. I need to... I just need to take a moment. I will be right back. Whilst I think this over. Right back. I have returned. Ah, greetings, hey Pope. The disco tent is on the rise. Yes. Very dangerous. We're building it right now. Good to see you. We have, we just had more people come in. Yes, we've got a little more discontent. There was an explosion. They don't like it when things explode, apparently. Toxic gases are happening, and current toxicity is medium, but it's going to fall tomorrow, which is nice. This is, I guess, replaces the weather forecast now, as we're trying to get our work done. We're so close. We're at 88% on the shaft structure, and we have no, that's wrong. We're about 3 days ahead of schedule currently. It says. I don't think we're going to finish this today, though. It may be the next day. OSHA would prefer less explosions and toxic miasma. Yeah, I was kind of saying that to them. Then they went on strike, and so we've established a labor union that I need to build. And I've got a little under 2 days left to build the labor union. There's a lot happening. But right now we have 36 steel, and I'm gonna need enough to research more things. And like I could do these, but unlocking the next tier would be nice. And I need 50 steel for that, and I don't think I'm going to have that necessarily by the end of the shift. Unless I throw these workers over here that just came in. I could do that. That might be good. Because we just got 12 more people. If I have them gathering steel around the clock, that might help quite a bit. Granted, I think that'll make them more likely to strike because we have oh no, wait, they can't strike. Oh great. Yes, it's only the people working down in these buildings that can strike, I guess. Currently, no risk of strike because there's no one working there. Here, currently, no risk of strike because we resolved it peacefully. Are we over here? Nothing. Okay, good. What about here? Nope, the engineers don't go on strike. That's great. Okay, so that is the problem. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think, because, you know, I was going to, we had holes in this. We could use more people out in the fishing harbor. But right now, I mean, with the wood situation, we need to up our storage, and that'd cost even more steel. There's a lot happening. We need to build another resource depot. That would be nice. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that. So if we set you to 24 hours, and then max you out here, that'll up your efficiency back to where it needs to be. And we will continue with the gathering of the steel. I won't put this on until it starts functioning again, producing more steel. But there we go with that. Okay, good. I could build more things. We've got 2 hours, and I'll be able to... Yeah, I'm going to wait 2 hours before I build anything. Just so that I can make sure I know what I'm doing. And also, if I wait an hour or two, then I can order 11 people instead of 10 and a half people. If we want, do we want people or do we want steam cores? That is a good question. It might be time. Granted, there's a lot of, moving of people around we need to do. Currently, still, and resources are coming in slowly. But we're full up on lumber here, so I guess we could. We could do what I was just thinking. Oh no, it went away. We could order a steam core. And like one worker if we wait a little bit. So that we'll have them ready for the next phase. Or we'll have one ready for the next phase. Maybe. Yeah. That feels like a smart move. Sure it does. Build, damn you. 90%, 1 hour. We're almost at quitting time. Yeah. Wait, what? Ah! It has gone dark. Okay. Let me... Okay. Let me save. Ordering. I'm gonna order a steam core and a person. And they will be on their way. So, another day they'll be out here. You're having to switch shifts here. But the hope there is that we will have enough steel to do what we need to do. Let's see, how are we here? About an hour. They close here at 1800 hours unless I set them to 24 hours, which I'm probably going to do because I am a terrible person. But we've got engineers hanging out that can do stuff. Oh wait, we also have... Hang on. Am I going to assign them to the fishery? Yeah, sure. We could use some more raw food, maybe. Put them elsewhere later. I mean, there are plenty of places to put these folks. Okay. We're so close. We're at 92%. Okay. Well, let's see. Something was happening. Oh, right. Yes. This research on the foundry is going to be done. And I'm going to need... Get tier 3, I'm going to need 50 steel. But it's still coming in because of our situation. I could build more tents. When I build the labor union, I guess I'm going to build it way over here. But we're not there yet. Because what we're going to need is we're going to need 4 or 5 more tents for our existing population when I pass the comfortable quarters law. Currently it says 4 homeless citizens, but that's... We'll fix that shortly. In theory, we can do that. We've stopped here. 110 more to go with the gathering of wood. Let's just build 4 more tents out here. Ah! Foragers have reached the herd of reindeer. reindeer time. Okay. Herd of reindeer. Climbing the wall of snow piled high by the avalanche, we found a herd of reindeer cut off in a small valley. Let us explore. Easy prey. Oh my god. There they are. The reindeer have no way to escape. We can stop here for a few days to hunt them and dig up those buried by the avalanche. Yep, I see. We can set up camp here to supply raw food to the construction site. Yes, that'll be helpful. So we'll have that ready when the time comes. A herd of reindeer was cut off by an avalanche in a small valley. We can stay here for a few days and hunt them. And so it's another 80 raw food every day for 9 days, which we're not going to do right now because we've already got our dedicated... We don't have the people for that. We've got our folks currently dedicated to emptying this lake full of fish for another 3.5 days. That will be later. So now we can start exploring and back in this direction. Because there's a thing over here we need to check out, and a thing over here, Rock Arch, which is closer, so we're going to put them this way. There's nothing in between, so 9 hours to get there. A tall rock arch towers above the northern plains. Okay, off you go. Find out what the heck that is. I'd like to build more tents. Let's do that. So that we can be ready when... I mean, it's going to be another better part of 2 days before this is ready. But all I have right now to work with is the wood. Upgraded docks also take steel. And I don't think... Yeah, we're gathering more stuff than we can currently... We're bringing in more than we can currently gather. So it's not really going to help. The steam sawmill, though, I can at least grab this building and take a look. Oh, I actually could put one there. I'm not going to, but I could. Can't put them up here. Except, past here. Okay, so... atop the church, the square that's housing the church. Where I wouldn't be able to put it. Okay, I gotcha. This I could put, like, here or here, if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I just need to know what I'm working with here. So if we keep this area behind the church clear for the moment, and we'll be able to ultimately clear those trees out before we do anything else. Okay. I think we can do that. And yes, I mean, there's also to the left of the bathhouse. Let me just see what we've got to work with here. Gathering post. Not gathering post. Depot. Resource depot. We do need to deal with that. What do I have turned off here? That's another gathering post. Oh, I could reclaim the steel from this. I forgot about that. It's only 4 steel, but, that's not nothing. And I mean, the reloading station now does the job of that, so I wish I could... Though, I wish it didn't take so many freaking employees. Well, no, I've got it working around the clock. That's why it takes so many freaking employees. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle that. Or am I? Yes. Well, okay. Let me start building these things first. I don't know what I'm doing. People! There we are. I think this is okay. Where it does get tricky though, because there are going to be areas that I'm going to want to be able to It's the sawmill problem, you see. That'll help. But putting something here means I can't build a sawmill. And, we need to clear everything out eventually. So we can build more stuff along the side here. That at least is the plan, unless we get at it from over here, but that'll take quite a while. It's not time yet. We could be contented with this 3 for now and just deal with that when the time comes. We don't have to plan ahead all the time. I'm sure it's fine. There we go. That uses up some of that. Okay. So that'll help. The foundry is researched. Okay. Now. Now decisions must be made. This, once again, we can build a foundry one day when we have the steam cores for it. This is why I've started ordering steam cores again. So, we can't get it tier 3 yet. We need 50 steel. But we're very close. And if I turn this 24 hours and put these 5 idle engineers in here, then that'll do it. I'm gonna grab 4 more steel from here, but, you know, very shortly we'll have more steel. So I think that's a good solution. Before we, you know, build a bunch of other stuff. I mean, resource. We might need a large resource depot soon. It's an idea. Charcoal kiln, large resource depot. These are things we, you know, might need. But thus far, we're only bumping up against one of our resources having a problem. I mean, granted, food rations we've still got a lot of, but there are also exciting ways to burn those. Like over here. We want patients to get well faster. Let's see. I really feel like unlocking this is going to be very helpful, as I see better reloading stations, which might alleviate some of our other problems. Sawmill range extension. Yeah. There's a lot here that I think could be very helpful. Infirmary. Additional foragers. Well, maybe. And then a bunch of safety improvements. Optimized protection. Yeah, things, I don't know what they mean, but probably wouldn't hurt to have them. So yeah, we're gonna wait for another 8 steel, and then start that research. It'll come in. Oh, right. Let me do this. Nyahaha. Back in there. Back in there with you. All right.
Shift is over. Enjoy your free time.
Prostitutes checked. Oh, good. That was the thing we said needs to happen. I don't know why I'm just decided to do that. No cases of venereal diseases were discovered. That's good. We only have 7 out of 10 workers here. There's a lot happening. But a lot of people just crowding in. Anyway. Let's see. 5 more steel to go. That was the thing we set up, I think, with a medical post. It's like, yeah, go out and check them out every now and then, please. They must be motivated. Everyone must have proper motivation. Okay. So they're building over here for the eventuality of this law that I'm going to pass. We have 48 steel. Almost there. We're about to deal with. Okay, we're over 50 steel. Alright, here we go. Let's get this here unlocked with our mechanical calculators. Currently we are working at 117% efficiency. They'll be done in about 10 hours. Yay! And through the night, we will continue to gather steel. Because that is the way of things. We have a couple people attending a sermon. Building stuff. Okay. Waiting for the workers to come back. I didn't cause a sermon to happen. But I suppose, you know, okay, there we go. Those people are no longer homeless. A minor amount of discontent goes down. Yay. And suddenly it's full, that tent is full of people. Only 4 people were homeless, but 6 other people were like, okay, no, wait, we got to move in. Okay. Good. The profiles manufacturer is still currently shut down, which is why it is dangerous there. Harmful here. Okay. So, 20 steel. Can I start building another thing? Let me see. 25 steel. I need another 4 steel. And I can start building the labor union. This is good. I like the ability to build things at night. Because that is when people are available to build it. Sleep? Who needs sleep? You need only to have a hammer in your hand. That might be an issue later. And we do have someone sick. But not gravely. No patience, just wait. No, we do have people getting sick. Why? How dare you? How dare you, Thomas? Thomas and Martha. Not at risk of falling ill, and yet you work in the shaft structure, so that's Part of the reason why one would assume. But you have not been working there since... Oh, never mind. There was a slight risk at the time. Barges have reached the rock arch. Let us explore this mysterious rock arch. Rock arch! This strangely symmetrical rock formation looks like something built with human hand, but it's of completely natural origin. Are we getting closer to discovering the monolith? That would be delightful. Part of the reason Winterhome failed was because the aliens arrived. Rock Arch we've already visited. Nothing else here. It was just there. That's it. Nothing What? Okay. Thought it was going to unlock more places, but it did not. All right, so we need to check out this set of 3 graves we were not able to hit when we were down there before, but now we have the time. 3 dots stand out in the plains, stretching the horizon. So to get there would just from here would be a day and an hour, but if we send them to the railroad track first, that's only 9 hours, so it's probably closer. So we go there first, and then we will hop over. Excellent. We have the steel. You go ahead and get this out of the way. Decrease the risk of strike. How are we, by the way, on the strikeometer? We're okay here. Here, low, but there is a work safety issue. Yes, but no one works there right now. Here, let me reduce the working hours. There. Is that better? Apparently that's better. Great. Building is turned off, for goodness sake. If they strike because of this building, I shall be very disappointed. Okay. Labor. Labor union. Labor onion. Okay. That will destroy resources. That will not. And put them over here. Here, next to this. Right up against the tree line. Why are you doing that, Jim? It's where they fit. Yes. Let them know you're taking their demands seriously by putting them at the ass end of the camp. I'm sure that'll be fine. That'll go down great. Here, I'll give you a couple of roads to get there. I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay. Good. Yay, tents. No residents, but that's okay. That'll change. So currently we have 56 vacant beds, but only 36 of them count because 20 of them are in the care houses that have... The care house has no patients right now. No people in there. And we're going to have people waiting for folks to come over and build this thing. Only have 18 structural profiles. We may soon want to reactivate this and get folks in there. But, you know, timing. And just to keep the number of profiles available. Look at that delightful toxicity just rising from the site. Isn't it beautiful? Unbidden. Okay. A steam core and a worker will arrive in less than 12 hours. Good, good. Yeah, that construction site explosion was not happening. Labor union built. Excellent. Labor union has been established. Motivation rises. Good. Excellent. And the mechanical calculators have been researched. We can now research Tier 3 technologies. Excellent. But before we look at that, this is the new labor union building here in the forest. Labor union keeps an eye of safety conditions in all workplaces at the construction site. We have 50 workers currently in a harmful environment, but that'll change when, you know, the shift starts up and the ventilator starts up again. We can also do a thing at the cost of 100 food rations to reduce the strike risk by 2 in all workplaces for 24 hours. It does have a 2-day cooldown, however, so that's a thing we got to use judiciously. Currently, again, we only have this shaft structure and this profiles manufacture place, which will go down to from harmful to just okay. From harmful to unhealthy. When this starts up again, this ventilation plant, which costs 200 coal a day. And we'll sort of see how things go. In the meantime, however, mechanical calculators. Look at all the new things! Okay. After 7. I might make this decision and this might be it for today. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see what we've got. So, safety improvements. Various modifications which will improve workplace safety at the profiles manufacture by 1 level. Which is, that makes sense. So at that one place that I don't use all the time. Optimize protection. Improved planning reduces cost of protective structures to 4 structural profiles. I mean, that's going to come in handy very soon, really, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to make more soon. I've only got 18 currently. But if it only if these only cost 4 instead of 6, which they currently cost, then that'll help. How many does we have? We have 18, so it means, you know, we've got 3 days worth. Day and a half day. Days and a half worth of these, but if we... then we would have 4 if we do that. So that actually would come in really handy, so that's a thing to consider. Innovative process that reduces the material cost of these. We haven't started this at all, but, you know, that'll help. We don't know enough yet to do that one. Safety improvements. I don't know the base safety of the machine shop, but I assume that would come in handy. And supercharge this. Ventilation plant coupling allows us to use an additional ventilation plant. So we could build another one to drain the coal that we have at our disposal. That would be great. Efficient fans. Using more efficient aeration blowers, which cuts coal use by 15%. That would be nice. This would be nice. This would be nice. So these are currently the two I've got my eye on for this. Food and health. Additional foragers. I think we're good with the team we have now. Build another foragers quarters, form an additional team of foragers. I think we're okay for now. We might be good on foragers. Infirmary. A steam-heated infirmary with 10 beds. The sick are treated faster than in medical posts, and the gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. That would be great. We haven't had a need for it yet. Also, it costs a steam core to build. We don't have any of those yet. One is coming, but we might need it for one of the other buildings. The thing to think about. Resources. Sawmill range extension. Get more lumber in. Need to build another resource depot before we can do that, so large resource depot maybe. Kiln. Turn wood into coal. That could go with building a large resource depot, in fact, now that I'm thinking about it. Steam reloading station. Also costs a steam core to build. Dang it. Steam reloading stations which gather the resources from piles with greater efficiency. Could really come in handy. But you have to... 2 steam cores. 2. These already each took 1 apiece. So it would be 1 more steam core. Everything costs a steam core. Okay. I see kind of a chain of things where we kind of do that. And then do the things that require more coal. This might be our priority here. I think. And then I think maybe the large resource depot. I think that might be the direction we need to go. Okay. So we'll go with optimized protection first. Yay! So they'll research that. That'll take an amount of time. About 9 hours, okay? I'll be working on it when these folks get to work in the morning. That might be a thing. We're going to go ahead and save the game again at day 14? Day 14. Resume. We're still technically about 2 days ahead of schedule. Safe, unhealthy, harmful, dangerous, deadly. Currently harmful. We'll go up to unhealthy relatively soon. Okay. Good. We haven't grabbed this gathering post yet. We don't need that gathering post. Grab that gathering post. Turns out we're good. Okay. Oh, hell. What fresh hell awaits us? Harbingers of Doom! That sounds positive. People across the whole camp leap to their feet, awakened by the sound of angry screeches. Dozens of huge birds are circling over the construction site. The owls are back, moan terrified workers. It's a sign! The heavens warn us! We shouldn't be here! We're doomed! After a while, the birds disappear above the bay, leaving our people severely shaken. Motivation will fall even more each morning. Fucking owl! We had a decision earlier where we didn't hurt the owls. One wonders, should we have driven them off? That's great. Owls. How dare they? Is this a sign we're doomed? God, I hate these stupid birds. Oh, jeez. That's great. That's wonderful. Just what we needed. Owls. I haven't even built the efficient docks yet. I didn't even think about that. Not that I can right now. The upgraded docks. No, efficient docks. Because that brings in more. We currently can't handle more, I don't think. Good Lord. Owls, man. Owls. Okay. Alright, is this gonna go back down? It says tomorrow. It's been saying that since yesterday. Are we troubled by owls? No, just going to work.
Get moving, workers. You work for yourself now.
Oh boy. Oh. This place is going to be hopping. Okay. Back to unhealthy. This is currently unhealthy. But also, we'll see how things go. Make more. Finish. About an hour we've got to go with this. Anything else I gotta do a book of laws. Okay. So much stuff we gotta do. A lot I'm trying to keep in my head at once. I do not know how successful I shall be. 98? 99? We're about to have a shift of some kind. Hang on. Milestone achieved! Ah! Next milestone, build the foundations. Before laying the foundations which will support the massive bulk of the generator, you have to send your workers deep below the ground level and install powerful tower pumps there. Okay. Yay. Okay, this structure is now in place. And we just... See, we got 50 workers back when that happened. Yay. We also can hit a generator construction overview, but before I do that, let's take a look here. We still have to pass this comfortable quarters law, which we can't do for another day. But down here, build the foundations. All right, we're now at phase 2. Still about 2 days ahead of schedule currently. Where we've got to build the machine shop, install the pressure valves, and install the tower pumps. Okay. And deadline for that is day 25. At 1500 hours. Currently day 14, so within another 11 days, we need this to be done. Machine shop, pressure valves, tower pumps. Okay. Just going down far beneath the ground. I assume once we build the machine shop, we'll know more about that. Generator construction overview. So the generator, this stage is done. 100% shaft structure, that's done. Okay. Phase 2. Build the foundations. And after that, harden the generator and assemble the generator. So, pressure valves, tower pumps. We need 10 structural profiles and 10 steam exchangers. Okay, got it. So, steam exchangers are these things. Pressure valves. Huge valves built of high-quality steel will direct the flow of water and superheated steam to keep the pressure within design limits, protecting the generator against heat surges in the source. Okay. And that takes 10 structural profiles. We currently have 18 of them. And then tower pumps we can build when we have 10 steam exchangers, a system of powerful pumps which will force water into the bowels of the earth to turn it into superheated steam. So that's how it works. Okay? And to get those, so we can make structural profiles. Again, we make those here. Probably need to send people back in here to get that working again. But then for tower pumps, we have to build the machine shop, right? Because steam exchangers. Yeah, tower pumps made by steam exchangers. 30 wood, 60 steel, 1 steam core. We have a steam core arriving in 6 hours. Okay, good. So, that said, how many pressure valves we need? Just 1? Oh no, we need to install pressure valves. So that just takes 10 structural profiles. We could go ahead and do that now. Because we've got the profiles. We will need to make more. Just to increase safety. But for the nonce, we can do that. We can just put that there and people will start building. So let's do that. Need 30 people to build, which is fine because we have a bunch of people free right now. Huge valves built of high-quality steel will direct the flow of water and superheated steam to keep the pressure within design limits, protecting the generator against heat surges in the source. Can we do that? That'll help. Shortening the shift. And, you know, turn on safety procedures so that it's merely unhealthy to be there. Strike risk none. Great. While they're building it. In the meantime, we could put 20 people over here to make more structural profiles. Or we could put them back over in these spots to finally freaking do their other jobs. I don't know. It might be a good idea. How are we looking over here? 55 bits of wood left. I'll go ahead and do that. But we'll go ahead and turn safety procedures so that it's safe here. And I'd like them to build at least 4 more of these. These are 20 wood apiece. That's okay for now. Because then once this research is finished, it'll take in the next 3 hours, then these safety structures will cost less to implement. So I'll have the ability, we'll have like 3, because we'll have 12 of those. How are we looking? Safe, good, good. The worker count assigned there. Unhealthy here, but we don't have any people currently building here. It's a bit odd. Oh well. Guess that might have been a previous thing. I don't know what's going on with this yet. It's in a strange state. Let me remove that. I'm not sure what the deal is currently over there. Or how that's counted. We'll get back to it. Right now they're just building. That might be okay. Perhaps. Let's see. What else? About 2 days worth of coal. It says we run out of storage. We need to deal with our storage situation very soon. Okay. 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 In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, fill out a few things just at the moment. We seem to be doing fine. Over here, but, you know, just let's go ahead and staff up where we can. Not that this is a big deal, but sure, why not? We've got the staff current. Sure. Okay. And then we'll pull from where we need to. Good. I think this is good. Is there anything I want to hang back and just... Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me redirect these folks. So they can hit these 3 graves. There you go. They will get there in 8 hours, which is much faster than it would have taken otherwise. That is good. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. I do need to turn this place back on so that people can work here. That will help. At least a little bit. They can get to work on these 4 profiles, and I think that's it. I think we're good for now. They're going to build this, and then stuff will happen. And we'll figure out what's happening. So, I think that's where we're going to leave it. I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. Okay. All right. So, thank you all very much for watching. Messages to my future self. Once again, I put these always, I seem to be putting these always at the end of these videos. Thank you all for a lovely afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Good to see you, Pope. Good to see you. Notes to future self. Please remember in about a day to pass the law that they are asking for, the comfortable quarters law, so we can get that done. Maybe build another tent so that not everyone, so that we don't knock people into homelessness as a result of that. Let's see. Ship arriving in 6 hours. We'll deal with that. Other things, we'll just get alerts for. I don't think it's a big deal. Let's see. I know moments ago I was thinking there's a lot of stuff I got to deal with. Just watch carefully the situation with the pressure valves. This machine shop is going to need to be built, so we've got to deal with that. So there's a steam core coming in, and when that arrives in 6 hours, then we're going to build a machine shop. That should be our next. That should be what we do with it, hopefully. Also, though, once our research is done on optimized protection, within the next few hours. Let me see. In about 3 hours, that's going to be done. So remember that we are next moving, I think, towards... Yes, we're next moving towards storage issues and resolving those. So I think we're going in a chain of large resource depot to sawmill range extension to charcoal kiln. I think that's the order we're going to go in. And hopefully we'll be able to do that without too many other terrible things happening that necessitate us, very quickly grabbing an infirmary or some such thing. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. There are plenty of things we can still do on the technology tree, but that's kind of the direction I want to go in currently. And just, order more steam cores because we're going to need them. Okay, those are notes to my future self. Thank you all very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. This has been delightful. And I'm just keeping it under 3 hours. Yeah. Where am I? Okay, today is a day of the week. It's Tuesday. The day of tier. So on Thursdays, I am over on High Shelf Collective in those evenings, playing a campaign of His Majesty the Worm, which is a delightful dungeon delving game. We just got started with our campaign last week, and I am playing a mildly terrified dwarf who has a little bit of dungeoneering experience, at least enough to know that it's terrible down there. But I'm having fun with it, and I think the rest of the folks are having fun with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Kind of a pseudo, I don't know, thus far it's not really, it doesn't strike me as an OSR thing per se, because it hasn't looked like that at all. But it gives an old school feel because it's very much about dungeon crawling. So it's interesting in that sense. It's kind of, there are parts of it that remind me a little bit of Electric Bastion Land or Mythic Bastion Land, and sort of the way you generate things and have people go after them, but it's also, it doesn't really do a lot of... I haven't seen much... It doesn't have traditional mechanics. It uses tarot cards. So that it's not what you think necessarily, as far as as far as that goes. I don't think we use dice in that game, or at least not that I've seen so far. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. So very much looking forward to that. That's the main thing that's happening. Let me go ahead and, whilst this is going on, let's see. Let me go ahead and just check my calendar to make sure there's nothing else interesting or exciting going on that I need to get into. Ah, you made it just in time. Hi, Unstable Deus. Yes, just in time for the sign-off. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Yes, we're just concluding our, we just finished our first phase. We finished phase 1 of constructing the generator. And now we are going to start working on phase 2 next time. Yeah, so let's see. This Thursday I've got His Majesty the Worm over there. And next week, in 1 week's time, I'm going to be over on PB's channel. That's PB Plays Inside on Tuesday night. Playing in our short little, I think, 2-session game of Asher's Ridge. That's a GM-less game about things being weird out in the wilderness, in a wilderness town, small town. So looking forward to that also. So winter is here. Not yet. Not yet. Phase 1 of constructing the generator does not immediately summon winter, but it is coming. Thank you all once again. This has been delightful. I'm probably going to go say hi to someone when we hit the end card. I'll figure out who that is in a minute. But that's about it for now. And I'm going to be, every now and then again, playing this or Heroine's Quest, or maybe something else. Who knows? But In the meantime, folks, please remember that you are valid, that you are unique, and that is wonderful because variety is very important and you matter. So please remember to take care of yourself. Please remember you can absolutely give yourself grace when you need to. Take care, folks, and I will see you all of a sudden.